Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I am the manager of Asia. As you know, our company have confirmed the retrenchment of 10% of our 24,000 employees. So, our Chief Executive Officer, Tan Sri Tony Fernandez, he wants we all undertaken the move to terminate the services of the staff. It is because our company was facing difficulty in recovering the near future. Then, me and my teams, as a manager of the Asia, will tell you about the condition of decision making and the decision making process that need to consider before we emphasize any action. Okay, in condition of decision making has three elements, which are certainty condition, risk condition, and uncertainty condition. First, I will tell you about the meaning of the condition of decision making. This decision that we make today will influence the action that take and attainment of future goal in our company. Then you should know, in decision making we have aspects that are unknown and difficult to predict, such as competitors' action, future inflation rates, technological advance, and customer trend. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter, Humaira.
Next, the decision making is certainty conditions. Asia manager will make a decision based on a level of certainty and risk because our manager can predict what will happen in the future. Manager will also select the best alternative and outcomes for the organization. For example, Asia or our manager plan to discontinue staff service during COVID-19 because the aviation sector suffers loss.
Okay, now I want to discuss about a decision-making situation that is a risky situation. Risk situation are where although there is factual information, it may be limited or insufficient. Therefore, a Asia manager can only predict uncertain election outcomes. However, a Asia manager can make estimate based on available experience, research, and information. For example, a Asia manager can predict that the COVID-19 pandemic could lower employee income as well as adversely affect company performance. Moreover, in risky situation, certain outcomes can be determined based on objective possibilities using statistical tools or on experience. Asia manager are able to determine the result from the statistics that have been recorded. For example, the difference in the number of people boarding a plane before a pandemic and after a pandemic. All information can also help manager get accurate information and forecast. For example, manager can see the result they get over time.
The final decision-making condition is uncertainty. A state of uncertainty is where there is little information and the information is doubtful due to this pandemic. Precarious situation like the present, managers cannot think critically due to not having enough information to perform statistical analysis. Our company manager had to make their own assessment based on past and available experience. Some of the techniques used by Asian water manager are risk analysis, preparedness for various outcomes, and other. Suppose only the best alternative is chosen by the manager of this company based on chance.
Next, we move to the decision-making process. Decision-making process has 7 elements which are identify the problem, develop alternative or we call form alternative, analyze alternative, select the best alternative, implement the decision, evaluate the decision, and lastly, take follow-up action. Firstly, I will tell you about the identify problem. This identify problem starts when the problem is identified for action. If the problem in our company is identified incorrectly, then the entire decision-making process in our company may fail. Therefore, the problem in our company must be clearly defined, and if a specific goal must be achieved from the decision that we make in our company. Next, in decision-making process, we should know how to identify the problem in our company with 3 objectives, which is define the problem, identify the objective of the decision, and diagnose the causes. So I will go through the first objective. In our company, we need to define the problem that has in our company because the problem is a condition that hinders the company from achieving its objective. For example, our company's problem is related to the current situation pandemic COVID-19 and our company profit decrease. Then, identify the objective or the decision is the next step to determine an effective solution. For example, our company will less in demand and also with this situation we have to maximize what we have in our company like employees. If this problem there is no solution, then our company will not achieve a company goals. Lastly, diagnose the cause is our company must determine the actions that must be taken to solve the problem in the company. However, we must get a firm understanding of all the sources of the problem so we can formulate hypotheses about the causes in our company. So that's all from me about the identify the problem. Now I will pass to the Humaira to continue the next point.
Next, decision making process. Number 2 is form alternative, which is formulate possible solution to the problem. So, decision can make after the all alternative solutions are collected and irrelevant alternative will be rejected. The manager will ask a question to us and offer many ideas that increase the probability of effective solution and also combine the best idea from others. Only relevant alternative that can to solving the discontinuous problems that will accept. I will pass to the next presenter, Nisa.
Okay, next, I will talk about analyze alternative. Analyze alternative is made based on the strength and weakness of each alternative. This is difficult to do because managers have to face many situations of uncertainty. For example, a Asia manager needs to find other alternatives to curb layoffs as a result of the outbreak. Alternative must be evaluated according to criteria and values. For example, manager must decide whether to take the risk of laying off employees during outbreak. There are 4 factors that must be considered. Among them are authority factors, biological factors, technological factors, and economic factors. Okay, last but not least, I want to talk about the best alternative to choose. After a HR manager select a set of alternatives, the effectiveness of the alternative is measured based on 2 things, namely the realistic of the alternative based on organizational resources and how this alternative can help in solving the problem. For example, a HR manager are forced to make choices if laying off employees can reduce costs to pay salaries and increase company revenue. Each alternative needs to be evaluated systematically. A HR manager needs to select qualified employees for the company. After evaluating the effectiveness of the alternative, the manager needs to select the best alternative to implement. Typically, manager will choose alternatives that maximize long-term returns, such as Asia manager giving holiday package promotion to customers throughout a pandemic. This will affect the economy of Asia. So, communication, motivation, as well as leadership are important to ensure that the decision is made successfully. Okay, that's all from me. Let's move on to the next presenter.
The next step of decision-making process is implement and perform evaluation. Once the best alternative is identified, the manager of our company, which is AirAsia, must do the right planning. As an Asian water manager, it is necessary to set an estimate or schedule that has been agreed upon by the decision makers. Managers should also inform the extent to which decisions were implemented successfully to achieve the goals disrupted by the COVID pandemic. Feedback is important because decision making is an ongoing and never-ending process. Among the problem is the cost of workers, which if workers are not laid off anymore, this assessment will be able to discover its weaknesses in the future of Asian water managers to make the wrong decision.